Today in France, the revolution once again continues. We play as the Commune of France, aka France that lost World War I to the Germans. They took even more than Alsace. They've taken Belgium, all parts of it. Now Flanders Wallonia is nothing but a puppet state. It's unfortunate, but at least we have a group of some friends. The Third International, us, the Union of Britain, and the Socialist Republic of Italy, which is like two Sicilies, but socialist instead. But yeah, even though we are currently already syndicalists, we have further to go. The revolution is just awaiting us. We've only yet gone so far, but until then we will just wait. We'll continue building up our industry and preparing for an eventual war with the Germans that I think is inevitable, most likely. We'll also admire the red color of France, which you don't see France as red in many grand strategy games, so that's interesting. And the German Empire, to our east, has clamped down on trade unions. They've tried to weed them all out. They may fear a rise of our ideology in their own borders, but we unfortunately did nothing because of this. I think our government is resigning. That's amazing. I guess that's what happens when you sit by and watch the workers of other states get crushed while you do nothing and just, I don't know, relax in Paris or something. The return of the Jacobins, clenching the red flag of socialism in one hand and a copy of the Communist Manifesto in the other. The Jacobins have taken commune politics by storm, inspired by Lenin's failed Bolshevik revolution in this timeline, yeah. Russia is just normal republic. I guess they could technically restore the Soviet Union, but I doubt that's gonna happen. And for the start of election day, we'll start putting the Jacobins in power. We must continue the revolution after all. And foreign affairs, well, there's really nothing that we can do besides world revolution, of course. It makes everybody hate us for obvious reasons. Having your entire foreign policy be wanting to overthrow every government is usually not the, best idea at times. And Torres is now president, or I think, or general secretary, I don't know what it is for sure. Chairman of the committee, yeah, that's what it is. And we're losing even more stability, dropping below double digits, which is always a good sign when it comes to revolution. But there we are. And now that we control France, we'll issue a wide array of reforms, converting the failing syndicalism to glorious Leninism. Losing 20 more stability, I can feel it. That's -6, beautiful. So it begins. Germany's also dealing with the collapse of their capitalist system, Black Monday, as well as nearly everyone else besides our fellow comrades. Also, we have decisions to develop Britain, but they have more factories than us, so I don't know, maybe I'm just selfish, but I probably won't be doing that. We have to make the Commune of France a glorious Jacobin state before we can deal with the other syndicalists. Well, now we have to make a choice between following the legacy of Lenin or Robespierre, and he is French, and this side of the focus tree does have a guillotine on it, so I think the choice couldn't be more clear here. And Germany banned another trade union, which is not ideal. And I know I talked about how we have to stand up for the trade unions in Germany, but I think it's a little too early to just do an all-out war against Germany right now. They have a lot of divisions, a lot of puppets, perfect workers' unrest in the Rhineland. We'll do what we can to help them. And finally, an event that gets us stability, which is kind of good. We got pretty low on stability there. At least in Kaiserreich, the stability will trend towards 0. We've also changed the name of our country to the Commune of the Proletariat. Yeah, showing our roots there, I guess. Interesting name change. We'll do this focus to get some more stability and maybe, I don't know, maybe switch to doing some more economy focuses for a little while. Oh, and there's some riots? Okay, not too surprising. And today we celebrate the storming of the Bastille for the first French Revolution. Good, yeah. Soon we're gonna be reliving some of those great times. And the workers, our comrades in Indochina, have risen up. I guess we can send one division over there. This is a pretty early Italian reunification war. Hopefully our comrades can win. And we have received word from Norway that they want to join us in our revolution. I guess they're just radical socialists and not whatever we're doing. Still fine. Germany's the greatest threat. At least for now. I also like how some of these regions in Middle Africa are led by Hermann von Göring. A lot of these others are just led by other random people. I'll watch what happens there with curiosity. And it looks like Southern Italy is winning, so that's good for us. We're also making the Cult of the Supreme Being, obviously something really good, for sure, yeah. And the Second American Civil War. This looks interesting, for sure. We have the Pacific states, The Western Command, which is authoritarian democracy. The Union State, led by Huey Long himself, also authoritarian democracy. The Constitutional American Republic. The Combined Syndicalists, our good friends, of course. And MacArthur. And we maybe today we'll have some comrades in Russia. They're not full-on comrades just yet, but they're starting to get closer, I think. And Flanders Wallonia left Germany and joined us. That's a good sign. Guess we'll have to redraw the front line. I mean, we get the honor of redrawing the front line. And we've sent volunteers both to the CNT and the Combined Syndicates of America. The American Civil War is going to be difficult for our friends to win. I think they're the strongest, but I don't know, it seems like they're kind of getting pushed back on a lot of fronts. But in Spain, with our tanks, we'll be able to give our allies an easy victory, most likely. So we drive into Toledo and Madrid with our light tanks. And the Kingdom of Spain's front line has been all but vaporized, so now we'll go to Madrid to hoist the anarchist banner. Unless there's some division garrisoning it. And the Fourth Balkan War has begun, featuring exciting leaders like the Romanian leader, who's probably a vampire. Alexander II, who spent way too much time studying in military school, probably got perfect grades though. And that one guy who was added in the new DLC. And we have cut their entire army off from their capital, therefore they get no supply anymore. Which is good. That'll probably end things here, and we're rolling into Washington, D.C. with some good American syndicalism, but while that's happening, we have much more important things to deal with, like the Second Reign of Terror proclaimed. Let's just not worry about what's going on there. That's just the government doing its business. The communist Netherlands are fighting the entire Kaiserreich, the entire might of the Reich by itself. We have one tank division here. We're sending Lend-Lease. And even better is that Germany now has had to withdraw all their divisions they had sent to help America. So now maybe we can help out our syndicalist friends over here a little bit more. Also, Canada established the Dominion of Alaska. But yeah, the Third International has grown incredibly powerful. We have, of course, Norway who joined, Mexico, Hawaii, somewhere else too, I think, I can't remember. But now it's time to help out Italy here, actually win this battle, because they're having kind of a hard time here. Also, Russia's doing the final battle, so it may be time to end the German Empire soon. And our war goal for Savoy is done, and we don't just seek to gain victory for the Socialist Republic of Italy, but we have some territory that we would like back. Hopefully this doesn't like trigger some domino effect where the Austrian Empire joins. I doubt it though. Oh, the Italian Federation joined the Reichspact. Yeah, I kind of thought this might happen. Yeah, okay, well, I should have seen that one coming. It's a little early, and we have just barely started building mills. We haven't even built our first mill, actually. Germany was losing against the Netherlands, so they can't be that strong. Well, they weren't really losing against the Netherlands. They were mostly just failing to win against the Netherlands. Oh, and Austria joined too. And everybody has decided to declare war on us, of course. Everybody from Portugal to Canada to the French national state, the Germans and the Austrians. Everybody's going after us. At least the Russians joined our great cause. Also, while we're doing this, we'll make sure there's a guillotine on every street, because that is how you win wars. Anyways, we got Spain to move their divisions out of these random places and help deal with Portugal. Well, we're mainly just dealing with them with our light tanks. We're also losing a lot of convoys. Yeah, I probably should just stop making ships and just make convoys. And unfortunately, the Royal Navy and my Navy were both destroyed by the Germans. I guess they weren't really destroyed. We didn't lose too many ships, but my Navy is out of commission forever now. And I didn't realize that the Kriegsmarine was so strong. I guess I should have suspected that. We did take out Portugal though, which is strategically extremely important to the Third International, because now we have all the Portuguese tungsten mines that we can use to build medium tanks, which will win us the war in the end. Preferably I would have had the medium tanks before starting the war, but I didn't expect it to start so early. And the Russians aren't actually doing so good, so yeah, we kind of have to do something ourselves. Okay, maybe Poland is going to save it, not the medium tanks. Not the fear of the French people of their own government instituted by the Reign of Terror. No, it's Poland. Poland is going to save the world, I guess. And at least distracted the Germans enough that they have no divisions on this tile, and barely any divisions on these other tiles. Who knew that Poland would be the country of all countries to allow syndicalism to spread across the world? Good job, Poland. You have my thanks. And so here it is. It's the Third International, the Moscow Accord, the Co-Prosperity Sphere, and the Eastern Syndicalist Commune against the Reichspact. Austria-Hungary, and the Entente. I love how in this mod, the Entente and the Reichspakt will side with each other. It's interesting to see two enemies becoming friends to fight against the other enemies whose governments were toppled and replaced with other random people, like Robespierre 2.0. And victory is all but assured, pretty much completely thanks to Poland. I won't even try to take any credit for this, it's all Poland. Poland did everything. The workers will sing songs about Poland for generations to come. Of course, they're inevitably going to have to be, liberated, but, we'll still be thankful for their sacrifice. And Greece just took Constantinople. Interesting move there, Greece. Oh, and the Reichspakt alliance is completely collapsing. Perfect. I forgot to enable player-led peace conferences, so the Poland border is kind of incredibly terrible. But yeah, we broke Germany apart. Oh, fellow comrades now, and we have Alsace-Lorraine back. Britain has become the controller of Hanover and Prussia, though, so I guess they've been spared, but everything else in Europe is pretty much under our control. But anyways, that's it for now. Maybe we can do more stuff with the French Revolution in the future. There is an option where we can create the 4th International, therefore leaving the 3rd International, so then we would just be on our own faction, and then we would have to fight against our old allies, I believe, so that the Reign of Terror can go there too. I don't know. Anyways, I guess I'll see you all next time.